What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Kellen here with Droid Life, and today we're going to take a look at the Asus Transformer Prime. It comes out in a few days anyway. Some pre-orders are shipping, but the guys at Asus were kind enough to send us over a review unit to check out a couple days early. So we're just going to do a tour of the outside. We'll look at some software a little bit, and then we will get on with our full review. I'm sorry, the spun metallic thing is sort of getting me. If you spin that in the light. Anyway, so yeah, tour of the outside. Asus Transformer Prime. As you can see, I have the purple version. I know that's not the official term for it, but come on, folks. This thing's metallic purple or something. Anyway, there's a sort of goldish version as well. Looks sharp. This purple version by no means is turning me off. I'm actually still liking it, so we'll go with it as purple. Anyway, tour of the outside. 10-inch screen, IPS Plus display. So really fancy, really sharp looking, one of the best displays you're going to find on any tablet, period. You have a 1.2 megapixel camera up top. You have an Asus logo over there. Down at the bottom, you do have this little arrow, which I believe could be a notification light. I will have to check that for sure, which actually points to your charging dock there. So nothing else on the outside. There is the front. Flip over to the back. Flip over to the back and you'll see there is that spun metallic sort of back going on there. Neat, right? 8 megapixel shooter up top. One of the best cameras you'll find in a tablet, also with a flash. Up top is your, there he is. There's your lock switch up top. You also have a mic there. Nothing on this side. On the left side over here is your 3.5mm headphone jack. And then down here is your speaker, if you guys can see that. This is the only speaker on here. There's not one on the right side, so it's supposed to have surround sound and advanced audio. I don't know how you have surround sound with one speaker, but we're going to take their word for it. It's supposed to be nice, so we'll get into that later. Asus logo. And then on this other side, we have volume rocker, micro HDMI out. This is actually a micro SD slot. So this model that I have is a 32 gig version. You can also get it in 64, but it has expandable storage, which we all know you love so much. Get in there. And there's another mic. On the bottom is your power connector. So there's no micro USB as far as I can tell. So no micro USB. So you must have to transfer everything. I haven't actually pulled out the cable. Power jack must be USB, and that's how you transfer things to your computer and such. Also, you'll probably notice there's these two little rubber stoppers here. Okay, so those are for the docking. So, you know, one of the big things with this device is docking it and turning it into a laptop. That's what those are. They're just placeholders, so you can put those in there when you are not docked. So that's basically what that is. Okay, so that's a tour of the outside. So if we go ahead and take a look at the inside, we'll just power it on here. Well, it's already powered on. We'll unlock it. You can see it's running honeycomb, so no ICS going on here, ice cream sandwich, just honeycomb. Let's go ahead and unlock. You notice some things right away. It's not stock honeycomb. Asus is sort of throwing a little bit of a skin on here. You can tell that by the icons. They're different. Also, if we go down here into settings, this menu is completely different than the actual stock honeycomb menu. So some added functionality in there. I'm not going to say it's bad by any means. It's just they've added some stuff there the honeycomb was lacking. So not going to fault them for that. Other than that, you'll notice, well, they're actually calling it the Asus launcher. They've got a music player on here. There's web storage. There's a whole bunch of, as you all know, we like to call it bloatware. But so far, most of it seems to be actually semi-useful. So you'll also find all the stock stuff, obviously, like the Market, Gmail, the gallery app, camera, things like that. So one thing I noticed within the first couple of seconds of having this and unlocking it is the touch sensitivity actually is unbelievable on this. I mean, you just whip through screens like it's no tomorrow. And you know, the zoom and some of those other dual core tablets were like that. I don't know if they had the correct software or something tweaked. There was almost always a lag in between them, and it was super jittery. You used to be able to pull one screen on the zoom and it would like shake as it came across. It would shake. This thing is just buttery smooth and super sensitive. So that's cool. We love seeing that they've at least tweaked that a little bit. If we pop into the app drawer, you can see it just loads up instantly. So app drawer, bam, it's there. There's all the preloaded stuff. A lot of this stuff was loaded so that we could review it, like some Tegra Zone games. We can check out Shadowgun and some of these other things that have been optimized for the quad-core Tegra 3. Also, if we just pop open our recently used apps, let me just see if we can load a bunch of these things up here, because it's crazy fast, just so you guys know. All right, so then we pop that up, it just bam right away. So there's no, that's right, it's not ICS, you can't swipe in Honeycomb. But you can see it's just crazy fast. We will get into most of this stuff later. We're gonna do a full review. Let me just pull up in the camera. And it's touch to focus. You can see that, focus, focus. Take shots, and I don't have it set to preview, but it did pop that up down there. Let's just take a look. And there is the picture we just took. So anyway, you can see the camera, how that works. It's pretty fast. It's supposed to take incredible shots, but we'll test all that stuff later. So anyway, that's just a quick look at software. Oh, I will show you, if we go into settings, it's running Android 3.2.1. And again, I have the 32 gig version. You can see about 5 gigs used up with some of the stuff that was preloaded on here along with system stuff. You can see there's Asus customized settings and stuff. So again, not stock Honeycomb. Still looks pretty much stock, but they've definitely added some stuff to it. Let's look at widgets. Different widgets in here that they've preloaded on here. One of those you probably saw on this screen. It's this Myzine widget. So anyway, that's a quick tour of the software. Now let's compare it to a couple other tablets and then we'll be out of here. All right, so one of the big selling points of this, as you can see, is how crazy thin this is, right? It's like 8.3 millimeters, I believe, which is almost as thin as the Droid Razr. So phones, we understand they've made them ultra slim. You can see if we just compare these, they are about, I mean, to me, I was just looking through this viewfinder, the Transformer Prime almost looks thinner than the Razr, but we know the Razr's 7.2, I believe, 7.1, and this is 8.3, so crazy thin, right? Let's compare it to the Motorola Zoom. You guys remember this old tank? Like I have to knock the dust off of him. All right, so thickness-wise, you can see it's not even a competition there. It's probably half as thick. Here's how it compares size-wise in the back. And all that extra space is all this extra bezel on the front. So we all know the Zoom, you can barely get your thumbs on there. With the Transformer Prime, you got plenty of rest room. And this thing's incredibly light too. We all know the Zoom weighs about 10 pounds. Another comparison, here is the Galaxy Tab 8.9. So if we go ahead and pull these up, compare them, you can see both really thin, both look sharp. There they are next to each other. So anyways, there's a little quick comparison on the outside. Asus Transformer Prime, Tegra 3 quad core, comes out within the next week, I believe. Some pre-orders are shipping. We'll have more. We're going to do a full review, all that good stuff. So check us out at the blog. We're Droid Life. Peace.